Hey everybody, Zee Garcia here, and today I'm going to be going over the top 10 expansions that I'm excited about that are going to be featured at Gen Con 2019, which is in a couple of days when you're seeing this, if you see when it comes out. So, of these, I haven't played any of them. I do have one of them available here to me, but I haven't played it yet. So this is things I want to see. Some of them I know are going to be bigger deals to other people than they are necessarily to me, but they are all important expansions in my opinion. They are all things that look very well researched, very interesting, like they're going to mix up the original game. So, without too much babble here at the top, let's go ahead and dive into this with these 10 hopefully awesome expansions. My number 10 pick is Unearth, The Lost Tribe. This is going to give you a lot of what's in the original game, more of those things. So more cards, more stones, more of the wonders. But it also gives you a solitaire mode, which is the main thing I'm excited about. I liked the original game. I like the idea of being able to play a solitaire version of that. So that's the main reason why I'm excited about it. It looks good, of course, like the original game looks good, but I want to give a try to that solo mode and see what that's all about. Number 9 goes to Decrypto, which I really like. Great party game. This is expansion number 1, Laser Drive. This is going to give you, it sounds like you get category cards, such as, it has to be the title of a song or the title of a movie, or words that begin with the letter B or whatever. And then one of your clues to your teammates has to use that. At least one has to. But if you make all 3 of your clues meet that criteria, then you get a little laser drive token, and you can cash in a set of those to get a free stab at guessing your opponent's, clues, which is how you win the game, right? To intercept their clues. Sounds neat. It sounds like a limitation you can place on yourself to make the game a little more lively, a little trickier. Sounds cool, and I like the look of this a lot. The laser drive look of it is really neat. So more content for a great party game. That's a welcome addition in my book. My number 8 pick is for Teotihuacan. This is late pre-classic period. This is a modular expansion, which I like a lot, and you can mix and match pieces of it. So it's going to feature player powers. One of them gives you player powers you can unlock. It's going to give you a 4th temple you can have now. It's going to be a little harder to go up that, but you get some permanent abilities from it. It's going to have new things for the central pyramid that you're building on the board. There's a few different ones, right? This game has a ton of content in the original base game as it is. But I know that folks who really love it, I liked it, but folks who really love it are going to just play it so much that they're going to want more content. And here it is, a big box expansion. It's about the size of the original box, is thinner, with a bunch of content in there. So if you're a fan of the game, you're going to want to pick this up. Late pre-classic period for Teotihuacan. My number 7 pick is for the roll and write game Welcome To. And this is actually a bunch of little expansions, sort of themed expansions. So Outbreak is one, Halloween is one, there's a Doomsday one. And each one is going to give you a pad of the sheets of the little neighborhoods like in the original game with some little twist on that. So I wrote down a couple. So, for example, the Doomsday one is going to have houses that feature bunkers. And when you build those houses, you build those bunkers, and you can save people, is the idea. You're trying to save as many people as you can. Then there's the Halloween one, a lot more sort of tongue-in-cheek. In that one, you are going to, when you build houses, they'll have a little, possibly a symbol of a little ghost or a little candy. You circle one or the other. When you get a certain amount of one or the other, you're going to get some special power. So that's basically it. And like I said, there's a few different ones, but these look really neat. Giving you not just more sheets to play the game, but sort of themed sheets to do something a little more clever and interesting on top of the original game. So there you go. That is Welcome To. My number 6 pick is for Bang the Dice game. This is called Undead or Alive. And it's going to feature, the possibility for a zombie outbreak, for one thing, in a game with more players. But also on top of that, you get new gunslingers. You're going to have some new dice. There's going to be a new dueling mechanism where you can duel with someone else. just a few different things. There already was one expansion for this. I haven't played it, but I've heard it's a really solid expansion, and this one looks just as good. It looks like there's a nice amount of content in there to keep the game, fresh and lively. Really neat stuff. I like the original game quite a bit. Real fun social deduction mixed with some nice dice chucking. This one, even more kookiness happening with the zombies and all that stuff. So I'm excited to check this out. That is an expansion for Bang the Dice game, Undead or Alive. My number 5 pick is Kanagawa Yokai. This one I have here a copy of, but I haven't had a chance to play it yet. And it's a beautiful expansion, which is going to give you, I think it's 3 new decks of cards that you can choose to mix and match with the original sets in the original core box. So you take, of those 3, you take any 2 of them. So there's one that features paper lanterns, one has parasols, one has kites. You take 2 of those, pull out 2 of the original ones, and mix them in, and then play with that. That means new things to collect, new ways to interact with the game, and of course new bonus tiles that you are trying to achieve and then take and score. Nice addition. It's the kind of expansion that doesn't look like it rewrites the feel of the original game. It just gives you some setup variability. And I like that. I don't like it as much as I like a modular expansion, but that sounds good too. So, Kanagawa Yokai, really like the core game. Can't wait to play this. As soon as I get a chance to, I will do that. My number 5 pick. My number 4, I really don't have a whole lot to say about it because that's for Unmatched Bruce Lee. There's not much to say. You are going to be taking Bruce Lee and pitting him against, say, Bigfoot or Robin Hood or Medusa. I want to see that. Bruce Lee going up against Medusa. There's also been an announcement now that Unmatched is going to get some Jurassic Park content. So eventually you could have, Bruce Lee fighting a T-Rex. Bizarre, crazy, kooky stuff. Really interested in see how this works. Every deck for Unmatched that I've seen is very interesting and unique, and is able to give you the flavor of whatever character they're representing through just a small deck of cards, and they all do feel different. They feel personal to that character. So I want to check this out. That is, again, Unmatched Bruce Lee. Everdell Pearlbrook is my number 3 pick. I really like Everdell. It's a beautiful sort of tableau building game, collecting cards. They have unique powers. You are trying to manage your cute little forest resources like berries and twigs and little things and gems, all sorts of things. This gives you a sideboard, a new expansion to the original board, some new resources. I think there are pearls in this, and then some new cards that you acquire in differing and unique ways. Really neat. It grows the game, it seems, by a considerable amount, and I thought the original game had quite a bit going on in it already, but it looks so good. I'm excited to try this. I'm curious to see how it feels in the game. If it ends up being a little bloated is my main concern. I'm hoping not, because I really like Everdell, and more content for it sounds like a wonderful thing. So there you go. My number 3 pick, Everdell Pearlbrook. My number 2 pick is also from Yellow, just like Kanagawa was, but this is for King of Tokyo, a new monster called Cybertooth. Kind of like Sabretooth, right? This is a robot that can turn into a giant mechanical saber-toothed tiger. And the game is going to come with 2 standees to represent which form your character is taking at the time. You are able to transform from one to the other. And of course, it's going to come with a deck of cards to play with King of Tokyo and the power-up expansion for that. But it also comes with a deck of cards for King of New York. So you can use this standalone monster in either one. They've already done a few of these, right? So they've got the King Kong one, Godzilla. They had a new one with a sort of a pharaoh character, right? So it's great. I love this line of standalone characters. This one looks like a really fun one. So I'm excited about the character for King of Tokyo or King of New York, Cybertooth. And finally, my number one pick goes to Monolith Arena Academics. This is a new faction for the game, the first expansion, and it's going to give you, of course, a new army that you can control. It sounds like it's going to be a faction with very few units, but a lot of runes, which are going to allow you to manipulate what's going on the board. It kind of sounds like a control player's dream faction. And so that's interesting, that they are mixing it up a little bit more. I thought the original 4 factions in the game were quite diverse. I'm interested to see how a 5th army is going to mess with the dynamics in the game. Looks great from what I've seen. Really interesting stuff. So can't wait to get my hands on the Academics faction for Monolith Arena. And that's it for me, everybody. Those are my top 10 expansions from Gen Con that I'm excited to check out. Let me know in the comments below what I missed. What are you looking forward to? What should I check out while I am at Gen Con? And hopefully I'll see you at the show. If you see me there, come up and say hi. I hope you're having a great time if you are there and watching this. And if not, then hey, stay tuned for lots more content. I am Zee Garcia. I'll see you on the next one.
Thanks so much for watching another Dice Tower video. If you enjoy our videos, subscribe to the channel for more fun, comprehensive board game coverage. Also, consider joining us at one of our events. Come to Dice Tower Retreat, a small, intimate gathering where gaming is king. Join us for Dice Tower Cruise, the largest board game cruise. Attend Dice Tower West in Las Vegas for gaming fun on the West Coast, or Dice Tower East in Orlando in sunny Florida. Dice Tower Conventions, the friendliest gaming conventions on Earth. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.